So the nature of the, sorry, no. The point of this is for you obviously to get some practice at calculating probability. Now, we've done a lot of theory, almost all of the theory. We did one really nice question yesterday, actually. Remember the one with the baseball series and the different probabilities of winning home and away? So now we're going to throw you into the fire and get you to do this. This is really useful. So what you are going to do here is you are going to calculate the probabilities of all of the different hands in the game called poker, okay? And poker is a game, there are different forms of it. We are going to be dealing with the simplest form, okay? Whereby you are going to draw 52 cards randomly from a standard deck. You'll notice that the standard deck runs 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. Okay, those are 13 options. Remember, Jack, Queen, King, Ace are face cards. They're called face cards because if you look at a hand of cards, you will see a Jack is a person, a Queen is a person, a King is a person. Sorry, Ace is not a face card. Just Jack, Queen, and King are face cards. And the Ace we're going to have to discuss because the Ace sometimes can jump to the front as well. But we'll talk about that later. 4 suits, so you'll see 4 twos in a standard deck. You'll see a 2 of diamonds, 2 of hearts, 2 of spades, 2 of clubs, a 3 of diamonds, 3 of hearts, 3 of spades, 3 of clubs, and so on and so forth. So 13 by 4 is 52, and if you look at the bottom board, there are a total of 52 cards in the standard deck of cards. Now, this form of poker is just going to be called 5-card draw. It's the simplest form of poker you can have. You go into the deck and you randomly grab 5 cards. It's a mixed deck, and you randomly grab 5 cards sight unseen. Now, the way to win at poker is obviously to get the best possible hand, okay? And the hands are, the different types of hands go in order of probability. That is to say, the highest valued hand, okay, which is actually called a royal flush, is the most difficult or least likely to get. And when you go down all the way to the bottom, you're left with what is called high card. High card is garbage. It basically means you have none of the possible hands above. So the best you can do is simply show your opponent the highest value card that you have. Looking at the blackboard, there are 4 highest cards, I would say. What is the highest card?
Face cards are ace.
No, isn't it just ace?
Yeah.
Ace is the highest high card. Now, so ace of diamonds, ace of hearts, ace of spade, ace of clubs, as far as I'm concerned, that's the same thing. I don't know if there's a difference between the two. I'm not a poker aficionado. Whatever, we're going to leave that out of it for now because then we're going to create another sub thing. It's too annoying. So, we're going to run from royal flush to high card, okay? So, and what you'll find is when you do the probabilities, the harder hands to get are actually the easier probabilities to calculate. The hardest probabilities to calculate are the easier hands to get. You'll see it's more difficult. And what's cool about it is, when you go through this exercise, you'll be able to run through all the hands. If you do the probability for each, that's great. And if you want to double check a little bit, you can run all of the hands except for the last hand, high card. And then you can go 100% minus the sum of all the others direct to see if you get the same answer, which is a useful thing to do. So what Jamie has to do is not solve it for you, but what I want Jamie to do is I want Jamie to explain to you guys what each of the hands are, okay? Because how many of you guys are not familiar with them? A lot of you. So he's going to take you through those, and you take your time. Okay, and if you have any trouble, let me know. I'm right here.
All right. So the highest 5-card combo on poker is royal flush. A royal flush is basically a straight, and
they don't know what straight means.
It's
you're talking to people. You have to assume that nobody knows anything.
I don't know anything.
Do you feel uncomfortable doing this?
Yes.
Is there somebody who feels more comfortable doing this? Alexei, come on up. Alexei's got the soothing voice. Remember the soothing reading voice? I mean, even if he swears at you, you're going to think it's like a lullaby.
Really?
You can stay up and help him.
Sure.
Holy.
Okay. So a royal flush is. Are we incorporating spades or just royal flush in general? Okay.
Are we incorporating
like
spades?
Suits? No suits. Okay.
Yeah,
no, but remember, you're going to have to explain to them that you're going to count a 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. I'm trying to remember here before we go on. What about Ace, 2, 3, 4?
That's
don't
wraparound.
It's not a royal flush.
It's not a wraparound, but straights wraparound?
That's a straight.
No.
What is it?
Not in the standard poker.
Not in standard poker? So then will this thing all add up to 100%? I assume so. Okay.
So basically, a royal flush is the face 5 card. Every combination is 5 cards. Well, some of them don't count. But basically, the royal flush is the face cards plus the 10. So if you have a 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace, you have a royal flush, and they have to be of the same suit.
Oh yeah, that's
So it has to be either these 5 cards of hearts, these 5 cards of the diamonds, spades,
I'm gonna help him a little bit.
or clubs.
10 Jack, Queen, King, Ace you must have, and also you have to have all hearts, or all diamonds, or all clubs, or all spades. They must be, okay, you see those shapes over there? Those 4 shapes? We call them suits. Okay, those are called suits. So a royal flush is 10 Jack, Queen, King, Ace, you have them, watch your head Alexei. But all 5 cards have to be of the same suit. The order in which you receive the cards does not matter in poker because you can just shuffle the order around again. It matters in terms of betting, if you have betting, incremental betting each time, but in terms of the final hand, it doesn't matter the order in which you achieved it. Do you guys understand this?
Yeah.
Put up your hand and interrupt them if you don't understand.
Okay, so that's basically a royal flush. It's the second most strongest 5 card combo is a straight flush.
Oh, your handwriting is good.
A straight flush is basically like a royal flush, but it doesn't have to be 10 Jack, Queen, King, Ace. It can be like, yeah, it can be any
Straight.
5 consecutive.
There we go, that's English.
It can be any 5 consecutive cards, but still the same suit.
5
So you could have like 6 of hearts, 7 of hearts, 8 of hearts, 9 of hearts, 10 of hearts, and then Jack of hearts. Oh no, just 10 of hearts. So those 5 cards, and that would be a straight
Straight
flush.
flush.
And it doesn't wrap around. So you can't have, you know, Queen, King, Ace, 2, 3. It doesn't work.
Is there anybody here who's unclear on that, who needs a little bit more clarification? Janice, you okay? Yeah? Micah? Naomi?
Like you know, in some games, like you can go from 2 to 2, like in President, stuff like that. It doesn't work like that in poker. So you can't go like Queen, King, Ace, 2, 3. The maximum you can go would be 10 Jack, Queen, King, Ace. And in case of if these are all the same, it would become a royal flush because you try to trump as high as you go in terms of combinations.
Okay. So we get whatever straight flushes, right? All right. The third.
So in a way, you guys see that royal flush is really the best straight flush in a way, right? It's the highest straight flush. And they said that they all have to be the same suit, right?
Yeah.
So 5 cards in a row. So royal flush is the highest 5 cards in a row, all the same suit. Straight flush is 5 cards in a row, not the highest possible one, which starts at 10. Also, all the same suit.
Okay. Third, the highest 5 card combination is quadro.
Or 4 of a kind.
4 of a kind. So basically it's, like what the name says, it's 4 of one number or base card. So it's like 4 2s plus 1 card because it has to be 5 cards, right? So you can have 2 of diamonds, 2 of hearts, 2 of spades, 2 of clubs plus another 1 random card.
It's like a nuke.
Like a
Is it like a nuke?
A nuke? There's no nukes in poker, it's just whatever is higher, right?
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay, wait, pause, make sure, take questions to see if anybody's unclear on what I'm asking.
Is there any questions on that?
I have a question.
Sure.
Like, what if like all players get all like 4 of a kind at the end?
Well, then it would be Trump, like whoever has the highest 4 of a kind.
Don't use words like Trump if they don't know what they mean.
Right?
Well,
So
that
if
means
you have
that
a
it takes
Don't-
precedence.
you don't- So you don't need to use the
So the
word.
highest random card we have, like,
They don't
No,
know.
no, for the highest score of kind.
yeah, you can only have 1 for of a kind of 1 number, right? You can only have yeah.
There are only 4 of each type of card, and it goes from like lowest value to highest value. So all from, so like if you let's say you have a I don't know, a straight flush
Yeah,
of
I got
7.
it.
Alright.
1 second, Alona.
And that's where the element of luck comes in poker, because you have equal probability of getting like a pair of 3s
Yes.
you do a pair of queens. So that's where the luck comes in. It's whoever gets a pair of the highest.
Alright. So we get what a 4 of kind is?
Is there anybody who's unclear on 4 of a kind? 4 of a kind means 4 2s, or 4 3s, or 4 4s, or 4 5s. Now, you can't, and then you draw 5 cards. So, 4 of a kind means you have 4 3s and something else, maybe a 7. Or maybe you have 4 9s and a king. You understand? And obviously, if you have 4 of a kind, that means you have every single one of that particular card, because how many of one particular card type are there? 4. So if you're drawing 5 cards, 4 of a kind means, let's say you have 4 6s, and then you have something else. Is that clear?
Alright, the next one is a full house.
Full house. The name is so interesting.
Yeah, it's fine.
A full house is if you have a pair and a triple. So you can have, for example, 2 4s and 3 5s. That's a full house.
A pair and a triple.
Yeah, a pair and a triple.
Give them another.
Another example would be
Draw it on the board somewhere, then erase it.
okay.
You can erase it right after.
The 6 don't matter.
Right. So that's a full house, for example.
Wait, are you sure full house is after 12 of kinds?
Yeah.
In five
Yeah.
card random draw.
I'm pretty sure.
Let me see. He's absolutely right. It's full house. Yes, he's right.
No, because there's a difference
No,
between
he's
Texas
right.
Hold'em and 5 card random.
I'm talking about 5 card random draw, and this is correct.
Okay.
This is right.
Alright.
You guys clear on what a full house is?
Okay.
Now, when you talk about a full house, like if you're talking about, let's say, let's say you have 3 jacks and 2 kings, it doesn't matter which jacks you have, because obviously there are 4 jacks. So any 3 jacks and 2 kings, right? Doesn't matter which, I suppose, unless you have, well, you can't have a tie in that case because you can't. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. Oh, and a higher full house is whatever the 3 of a kind is. So if you have 3 jacks and 2 kings, and you have 3.
Doesn't matter too much because they don't. It won't matter for this
Okay.
for their probability count. If we play poker afterwards, it'll matter.
Are we going to?
Got me?
Can we do what?
Alright, the next one is a flush.
Yeah.
A flush is any 5 cards with the same suit. So you can have 9, ace, 2, 3, 5 that are all diamonds.
Right on the board.
So it's basically like the straight flush, but without having a straight.
Yeah. So an example would be
The number on the card doesn't matter. All that matters is they're all hearts, or all
All the
diamonds,
same
or
suits.
all clubs, or all spades.
yeah. So they only have to be the same suit. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay. The next one would be a straight. A straight is
Having 5.
just 5 consecutive numbers, 5 cards with consecutive numbers. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a straight. It doesn't matter what the suit is. So yeah.
And once again, it doesn't actually go back from king, ace to 2 and 3. So
They don't even know about that.
the
so
highest
they don't have to
possible
mention it.
straight you can get is 10 jack, queen, king, ace.
Yeah. That's it.
Pair.
Like triples.
Triples
Oh.
and pair.
You have a lot more to go.
Okay. So yeah.
Triples.
Triples. The next one would be triples.
3 of a kind.
3 of a
That's
kind.
better. Nothing here.
I three of a kind is just a three of a kind. So if you have 5 cards, 3 of them has to be the same number, and the other two doesn't matter. So
yes, it does. The other 2 cannot be a what?
A pair.
If they're a pair, then you have a full house. Draw them an example.
So if you have 5, 5,
Where are the suits?
Yeah, I'll do that. So that is a triple. So it's kind of like a full house, but without the pair. Okay.
No, it's just a pair.
Make sure everybody's clear.
Full house without a pair.
Yep.
Two of a kind.
Because it's a full house is a three of a kind and a pair, right? This one is just a three of a kind with something else that's not a pair.
He said we will.
Yeah. So is everybody clear on that?
It's just a pair.
Better ask anybody any questions on that.
Any questions?
Always better to ask the negatives because some people will put up their hand.
Two of a kind.
Double.
Two of a kind or doubles.
5. Any questions so far?
The 2 pairs.
Anybody
and
unclear on
3
anything? Naomi, you're solid. Yerman, okay with this stuff? Judge?
What if the three of a kind has 2 cards, which is 10 and 7? They have different suits.
Three
Yeah.
of a kind doesn't
yeah,
incorporate
it's
suits. So you
double
don't need
pairs.
like to match suits.
Yeah, it's a good
Double pairs.
It can be any 3 cards that are of the same number or value, like 3 jacks of any suit.
Isn't double pair better than?
So you're like, unless the other 2 cards are a pair, in which case it
Yes.
becomes a full house, you don't worry about what their face value is or what type they are.
Okay, so the next one is a 2 pair.
Double pair.
Yeah, so it's basically
Having
2 pairs. So a pair is any 2 cards with the same number, and a 2 pair is 2 of those. So you can have Jack, Jack, Queen, Queen.
and then 1 random.
Yeah, and 1 random.
It can't be the jacks and the queens.
Right? Okay. We have 2 pairs, and the other card just doesn't matter.
Should the 2 pairs be considered negative?
No. So it could be like 5, 5, Queen, Queen, 3. Okay. Any questions on that? No. Okay.
And then it's
The next one is
2 of a kind.
just a pair.
3.
Yeah. So this one is just 1 pair. So
Just having 1 pair and 3 randoms.
yeah. So you can have 5, 5.
Not 3 randoms, right?
3 randoms.
It can be 3 of the same one.
Yeah, 3 randoms.
My God, I'm almost finished.
So that's a pair. So you have a pair of 5s, and that's it.
High card.
High card. All right. Now the last one is a high card. A high card is basically just 1 card that's the highest.
In other words, you got high card means you have none of the above hands. You didn't get anything that I just showed you before. So what do you have? All you have, all you can do is show your opponent the highest card you have. So what's the highest high card? An ace. Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll save any suit for now. Doesn't matter. Just make life easier.
Yeah.
It never matters.
Does it matter?
I think if it's a tie or something like that.
If it's a tie,
If
you
you
can
have
split.
2, 9, if I have a 9 and my opponent has a 9,
Then you split it.
Yeah.
It's just split part.
okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it does, fine.
Okay. That's it.
Now, have fun. Start with royal flush. I'll start you off. No, I won't. Have fun.
I know the probabilities of each one.
Oh, you don't have space for high card?
Yeah.
Just write it down here. HC. H dot C dot. Everything should add up to 100%, right? Remember, PA is equal to NA over NS, where probability of a success is equal to the total number of ways you can achieve a success, equally likely physically possible ways of achieving success, divided by NS, which is the total number of possible ways of achieving success. Now, we've already proved that the order in which you grab things doesn't affect probability, right? Because the numerator-denominator offset. So I will start you guys off. I will be charitable enough to tell you the denominator for each and every one of those. It's 52, choose 5. Good luck. The denominator for every single one of those is 52, choose 5. I figured you knew that. Good luck.
So it's 52C5.
That's what 52, choose 5 is. You can do it as P, right? But then you basically got to multiply everything by 4 factorial, 5 factorial. So there's no
就你如果没有得到1到8的话，没有得到1到8的话，他就拿一张最高的卡，就是 Ace 出来。没有。Alexei, are you free? Can I ask you something? For the high card, does it mean that if we don't get 1 to 8?
Yes, if you don't get, like, remember, so basically, let's say, if you have a straight, that's also straight flush, you know what I mean? Like, let's say you have 5 of hearts, 6 of hearts, 7 of hearts, 8 of hearts, and 9 of hearts. And 10 of hearts, right? You have 5 cards, they're all the same type, and they're consecutive numbers. That's also straight. The thing is, it's also straight flush, right?
So you what is high card?
High card?
Yeah, what is high card?
That means that you have no combinations at all. None of these combinations.
Meaning the best thing you have is
the best thing you have is your highest card. Like, look, I'll give you an example. Like, let's say you have a
Draw him a hand. Draw him a high card hand.
I am. I'll do that. 2, 3, and then 4, 7. In which case, this would be. Let's say this is a hearts. This would be diamonds. This is a hearts.
It's a word.
This is a.
Garmin.
Yes, sir.
Mark.
That's a high card.
The highest card would be a queen.
Look, this doesn't fill any of the possible combinations,
That
right?
is such pain.
There's no flushes, there's no straights, there's
What
nothing.
is
This would be a high card hand,
What?
in which case the value of the hand would be
I'll tell you after I enter.
because that is the highest
We're not getting
card
that
in the non-combination hand.
Where's the queen?
Pardon?
So that means
This would be the queen, the cube.
No, the
I'm going to take these up in
That would
5,
be the
10
value
minutes.
of this hand.
oh, the value of this hand.
Yeah.
so does it mean that you don't get any combination of those, and then
Means you get
finally
5 random
finally
The
your
last combination is no combination.
is your highest card value?
Oh, shoot. Okay.
The highest value.
Remember, I made a change to your
Thank you.
quiz or something, right? Is there anybody else whose quiz I made a change to? It was you two, right? And yours? Do you guys remember what the changes were? Okay, you? Was it? Okay, and you?
It was like a mark.
Was it Mark?
Yeah.
I have it at home, but I have to get the marks in today. So,
Sir, can you give me the thing after?
yeah.
Me too. Yeah, have you too? So did you print the? Did you print the thing on?
No, I'll give it to you online.
Oh.
I mean, I'll give you a soft copy. Wait. Wow, we are moving in this course.
What do you mean?
Moving too fast?
No, I mean, we're getting over the hill now.
这种
Once we pass probability, it's down.
that means this high card is kind of hand and we can called high card.
它因为它1到8的 combination 都没有，然后1到8的 combination 都没有，然后这里就算它
这种
最高。
combination 都是 high card。
Yo, I put example and eight over there.
Спасибо. Спасибо. Yo, Alex, it should be не ясно. How to answer спасибо?
How do you say spasibo?
No, how to answer?
He swears in my language.
Guys, you want to go out? I don't want to hear any talking. I don't want to be interrupted at all. I'm doing this. Garmin, have a seat. Okay, I don't want any talking. If you guys want to go outside, you can do this stuff outside. Okay? All right, let's get it done. So, royal flush. So based on the definition, you guys said royal flush means getting your 5 cards in a sequence, and it's the highest sequence. 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. How many physically possible royal flushes are there? You can have, and they all have to be the same suit. So you can have these all be diamond, or these all be clubs, or these all be spades, or these all be hearts. So then, Rajesh, how many of those are there? And the universal possibility is going to be 52, choose 5. I don't care about the order in which the cards are chosen. If I did care about the order in which the cards were chosen, well, I'd make my denominator 52p5, but then guess what I would do with this 4? I would multiply it by 5 factorial. In which case, the 5 factorial in there and the 5 factorial in the denominator of that would offset each other anyways. You see what I'm saying? So if you want to make order count, you make the denominator 52p5, you'd multiply your result here by 5 factorial, meaning scrambling them all, but then the 5 factorial in here and the 5 factorial in the denominator, because remember, this is the same thing as 52p5 over 5 factorial. Those are going to offset each other anyways, right? And we learned that. I took you through that when we were talking about the little candy bars or whatever it was we were doing. So 4 over 52, choose 5. Questions on that?
Oh my god, so stupid. I'm so stupid.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, next one. You could start at 2 and you can go up to, so let's see. 2, there are 13. Well, let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 going up to 10. Okay, but 10, we can't have one start at 10 because we already took that. So it's going to be 2 to 9. Right? Because if you start at 10, you're already at royal flush again. So the highest non-royal flush, straight flush that you can have starts at a 9. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. When you count from 1 to 9 is 9. 2 to 9 is only 8.
So you can go from 1 to 9.
No, why are you going?
Ace, 2, 3.
No, we said you weren't listening. You weren't listening to them when they were talking. They said no.
Why not?
Because you can't go.
That was the game that we defined. That was the game that they defined. They defined the game that way. So that means that there are a total of 8 of them, right? We'll see if the probability is set up.
You could do yeah, you could do that. You could do ace, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so we have a total of 8, right?
So,
Why are you interrupting me all the time? What is wrong? Yes.
like a straight flush could be like ace, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You weren't paying any attention to them clearly, but this was a discussion that they had.
I know, but like in the game, it's possible. You could do that.
Is it or is it not?
Yeah, in the game it is, but like what they made up.
I don't really care. The only reason why I care is if in the end the probabilities don't add up to 100%. Okay, that will tell us because the probabilities have to add up to 100, right? So if after we calculate everything through high card and we add everything up, we don't get 100%, then we'll know something's wrong. We'll fix. Okay. So let's for now just go with the definition that Alexi laid out, which is you can't start with an ace. Okay. So that means 2 all the way up to 9. Starting at 2 and starting at 9. Are you following this now with me so far? So that's 8 ways you can do it. But for each of those ways, you can have it all diamonds, all this, right? And so you have 8 by 4 over 52 C5. Agreed? Yep. Any questions on that? Yes?
What about the last card? Like the last loan card?
The last. In this case, there is no last clone card because it's all,
okay.
It's 5 cards. It's all 5, meaning you grab a 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you grab a 3, 4, 5, sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you grab a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So all the cards in the sequence total up to 5. Okay, next. 4 of a kind. So you can have all 2s, 3s, 4s, 5. How many cards are there? 13 cards, right? And you need 4 of a kind. Now, how many of each card are there? 4. So you can either have all 2s, all 3s, all 4s, and so on and so forth. So how many 4 of a kinds are there?
13 times 4.
What?
13.
They're just 13, okay? 13 4 of a kinds. But now we got to be careful. Because now, Darwin, you're right. We've only grabbed 4 cards. Right? So, can you take any other card to go with a 4 of a kind?
Yes.
Yes. So, if you start with 52 cards, right? Now, once you grab 4 of a kind, how many of the 52 cards have you used up? You've used up 4 cards, right?
48 is left.
So there are 48 cards left. Can you take any one of the 48?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 48 C1, okay? All over 52, choose 5. Okay? Questions on that so far? Yes.
Where did you get this 13?
13 different type of cards.
There are, you can have 4 2s, or you can have 4 3s, or you can have 4 4s, or 4 5s. 4 of a kind means having 4 of your 5 cards be all the same number. Okay? Make sense, Janice? Okay, moving on. Full house. So, you can do this in either order. We'll count it as we'll do the pair, and then we can do the 3 of a kind. It doesn't matter what order we do. Okay. Did anybody get this? Okay. How many different cards do you have? Forget the suit. 13. Doesn't matter. Can any one of them exist as your pair? That is, can you have 2 6s? Or can you have 2 4s? Or 2 3s? Or 2 2s? Or 2 jacks? You can have 2 of any one of those, right? So I'm going to say 13, choose 1. I'm going to put an X over that, where X corresponds to suit. Is suit spelled S-U-I-T-E or just S-U-I-T?
S-U-I-T. Even I know it.
For this?
No, there's an E.
I think there's an E.
Yeah.
Suit, choice, for pair. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. So that's my suit choice from repair. If you do your tree diagram, all you have on your tree diagram is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. And all that means is my pair is going to come from 2s, or it's going to come from 3s, or it's going to come from 4s or 5s, and so on and so forth. But if you're talking about 2s or 3s or 4s or any card, you only need 2. There are 4 options. You can grab these 2, or you can grab these 2 2s, or you can grab these 2 2s, right? How many combinations are there? 4, choose 2, right? In other words, so you look at your tree diagram, let's say that's 2, 3, all the way up to ace. That means I'm going to have a pair of 2s, a pair of 3s, all the way up to a pair of aces. But which pair of aces am I going to have? Well, I could have heart diamond, I could have, I don't know, heart spade, I could have, sorry, a heart club, I could have spade heart, etc., right? How many branches will I have off of ace? 4, choose 2, agreed? And that same number of branches is going to go off of each of those cards, because you have that same variation associated with choosing 2 of the 4 suits for any of the 13. Does that make sense? Rajesh, you sure? So, this together, actually I'll even do it like this. I'll say this is going to be X, and this is going to be taking 1 pair. So that's an X, right? Now, let's say you've chosen your pair. Let's say you got a pair of 3s. There are still, let's say you grabbed 3 of diamonds and 3 of hearts. There's still 2 3s left in there. You still have 3 of spade and 3 of club. Can you grab another one of them again? No, not based on the way we're going, because we want that one to be our pair. So the 13 choices are now down to 12 choices. And you need one of those choices to represent 3 of a kind. But now here we go again. If you grab 3 6s, okay, which 3 of the 4 are you going to grab? 4 choose 3.
All that divided by 52.
And that is your y. This is your 3 of a kind. And then you got to divide that by 52, choose 5. Questions on that? Yeah?
So you inject order then?
I injected order, did I? I think I did not. Where did I inject order?
You pick the first pair, then you pick the other 3.
Now you lost. The first day in this course, so now we're getting down to it. This hand and the next hand are the 2 hands. What did I notice? I called this an X and I called this a Y. If those variables are the same, I taught you, then you're injecting order. Pre, out. Out. If those variables are the same, you're injecting order. If they're not, then you're not. I wrote those variables as different, X and a Y, so then no order injection. Why are those variables different?
Because different pairs.
Because the first variable is for pair, the second variable is for 3 of a kind. So if you look in your tree diagram, you could have, let's say, 2 heart, 2, I don't know, club, followed by 3 spade, 3, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Let's say 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. You're not going to see 3, 3, 3, 2, 2 in this tree because that column represents 2 of a kind. Now your argument is going to make sense over here. Here's where people make a mistake. Where the hell are we?
Flush. No, we're at flush.
No, not here. The next one. No, not even there.
2 pairs.
2 pairs where it's going to be problematic.
We can shorten that. We can just say 13 choose 2, 4 choose 2, 4 choose 3.
No.
13 choose 2, that means choosing
Yeah,
cards.
Yeah, you can, but
it makes sense.
I don't like it. I don't.
You pick 2, one of them you pick 3 of it, one of them.
I know, but I don't see it in the tree. I don't see it that way.
Why can't you see it in the tree?
Well, I can't visualize it. Physically, I don't see it. I don't see it. I understand mathematically what you're saying, but I don't see it, so I'm not going to do one. Okay? And your explanation made no sense to me. Okay, moving on. Flush. So flush means that all 5 have to be the same suit, right? So, again,
we can use
let's say we're going to do all diamonds, okay? How many cards are there running from left to right?
1 to 9.
13, no. How many cards are there? 13. And if we're talking about diamonds, there are 13 diamonds. So 13 take 5 of them, right? So
we can't have them consecutively.
Oh, nice. Good. We got to start to subtract cases. Excellent. Okay, so let's do that. So let's say, I don't know. I'll do that. I don't know. I don't like the way I'm going here, but let's see. 13 choose 5. And then, of course, that may mean that you grabbed 5 diamonds, but you could have done it with hearts, clubs, or spades. So you multiply that by 4, or 4 choose 1, right? Because this could mean that you have 5 diamonds, right? You could have, you could have 5 diamonds, but you could also have 5 hearts, or 5 clubs, or 5 spades, right? You could have 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 of diamonds, but you could have the 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 of clubs, or of hearts, and so on and so forth. But then, Wally's mentioned something very important. Within that, I have grabbed these 2 possibilities, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I got to take them out. Agreed? So
we subtract, just take them out.
So let's take them out. So here we have how many? We have 4 of these, right? And we have 32 here.
Yeah.
So 32 and 4 is 36. Does that make sense? Let's make sure. Would these 2 be included in there? They would, right?
Yeah.
We're going to find out if this is all garbage or correct at the end, right? Because it's got to add to 100, except for that thing, that wraparound thing you're talking about. I'm not sure. Yes? Question, Eric? Are you good? Okay, I think we're going to have to pick this up next class. Can you guys put the desks back?
Wait, actually, when you get...
Come back in the time.
No time for the memory sticks yet. We gotta push it again another day.